to the Sports Bar. We're back. It's the second episode.
Number 2.
How you doing today, Mr. Diggs?
I'm good. I'm good, my co-host. How you
Feeling
feel?
good. I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling real good today about this episode because we got a special, very special guest.
Yes.
I'm honored to be sitting next to this man.
Absolutely.
He is a professional boxer champion,
Yes.
light heavyweight champion, undefeated, 29-0, born and raised in Long Beach.
Tell him how many knockouts he got.
61% of his fights were won by knockout. So that's an iron fist. That's what you call an iron fist.
Legend.
The Sports Bar, we'd like to welcome Mr. Seanie Monaghan. Woo!
Shawnee.
How you doing, sir?
All right, thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank you for coming, champ. How you doing today, Mr.
Good.
This was almost tough to get. He started off local,
Yeah.
became global. How does it feel?
Feels good, man. I mean, I still haven't gotten to where I want to get yet.
Yeah.
So I still got plenty of work to do. But
You
I'm
never
getting
stop
there.
at work. So
You never stop working, right?
That's it.
Getting there is easy and staying there is the tough part, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's hard. You know, I definitely came a long way from where I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes you want to party a little bit and relax and celebrate, but it's not time to celebrate yet.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. How did you get into boxing?
Probably I got in the same way most guys got into it. I was just getting into trouble. You know,
Yeah.
like boxing isn't like a school sport, really. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right,
So
right.
I never boxed until after school. You know, and
Gotcha.
I tried all the other sports in school and never really had a passion for them. And then what I did have a passion for was watching Mike Tyson, and then trying those moves out in the street on people. You know what I mean? So I was going down the wrong road.
Yeah.
You know, and I got myself in trouble a couple times, a couple street fights and stuff like that. You know, and there was one incident in particular where I got into some pretty serious trouble.
Yeah.
You know, got a felony, and I was looking at doing some jail time, and I just had to really check myself and say, what am I doing with all this? You know what I mean? I said, I'm going on the wrong road. I was young, I was like 19, 20, I had no job, no nothing. I barely graduated high school, and you know, working construction here and there to get a couple of dollars in my pocket, and that really shook me up when I was looking at going to jail for a couple of years, because I wasn't really a bad guy. I was just, you know, going out having fun, and you know, if a fight jumped off or there was an opportunity to have a fight, you know,
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed it. So I got mixed up in a lot of bad things like that. You know?
Gotcha.
But a good friend of mine was like, yo, you gotta try doing this for real. He said, you're wasting all your potential. He said, I think you could really, he goes, why don't you try boxing for real?
You had natural ability.
ability already.
Yeah,
a lot of
because-
experience.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know, like, I wrestled in high school and all that stuff, but I didn't really like it, you know, and
Yeah.
played lacrosse and a couple different things like that.
Crazy because Long Beach is known for that.
Yeah,
They're known
yeah.
for wrestling.
Yeah, well, like when I
Yeah.
came up, like your cousin was a beast. I came up with your cousin.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, my cousin is a kill code.
Yeah.
He wrestled here in Long Beach. He was All-American, All-State, and he went on to wrestle at West Virginia University on full scholarship.
Mm.
Yeah.
Shout out to that kill code. Shout
Yeah,
out.
good dude.
Big shout out.
Yeah, so, you know, even though I never really loved wrestling, I did like the training. And I liked, you know, going in that hot-ass room and seeing how hard these guys push themselves. And I was around a lot of talent, you know, then, like I said, with Akil and Kevin Haggerty, and even young John Massey was coming up at the time.
Mm.
And these guys were just at like a very high level. So I wasn't ready for that mentally at the time because I was just, you know, more on a party mode at that young age. But it's definitely, I learned a couple lessons being around them guys. I took that with me now, where I'm just deadly serious about my training. You know.
Wow.
Speaking of your training, so what is your daily routine in training, as well as far as your diet, exercising, and how do you mentally prepare yourself to stay fit?
Well, it all depends on how close you are to the fight and what you do. You usually I have a set schedule where I run early in the morning. You know, 2 days a week we meet at the track at Mitchell Field, by Hofstra, and we do it. That's my least favorite thing to do. It's Monday and Wednesday morning early. Like we start running at 7, so I got to be there at 6:45, whatever, warming up.
Yeah.
And I feel like a little kid who has to go to school on Monday morning. Like Sunday nights, I'm in a bad mood. You know? Oh, not again. A long week, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and it starts bright and early.
Good morning.
Whether it's cold or not, it doesn't matter. I've been out there. I was out there one time. It was 8 degrees.
Dedication.
Yeah, and believe me, it wasn't my idea. I was calling my coach. You know what I mean? Like, trying to get out of it.
I call this
So, you know, it's 8 degrees. He's like, yeah, I know, I'll see you there. So, yeah, damn. So he gives me no breaks. Then another time it was like 100 degrees out there to do it. So, but that sticks with you too, man, because I remember one time in a really tough fight, the fight just started really fast. The guy just came out blazing, and I remember I sat down on the stool exhausted, and the ring card girl walked by and had a card that said 3. I said, yeah, so that was only 2 rounds. I said, oh my God. But like 5 or 6 rounds later, I'm exhausted. But I remember thinking to myself, I said, you know what, man? I said, this is like those last 3 laps in the track.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because on the track, I gotta beat a certain time. You know,
wow.
They all gotta be underneath 7-minute miles. You know what I mean? So my coach would tell me at the time, every time I come, he stands with a stopwatch.
Right.
Every time I get around, he'll tell me the time. And I do the math, and I say, oh shit, I got 3 minutes left to do these last 2 laps, and I gotta go. You know, so I think about it. Yeah, so you know, 3 miles is 12 times around the track. So the last 2 laps is like the 11th or 12th round to me. In my mind, so I think so. Like I gotta finish strong. I win this fight. You know what I mean?
Push.
Yeah. So
as you get to the finish line, you sort of get like that second win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So I just get possessed and I take off like a rocket.
Yeah. Who inspired you to box? Like who was your role model growing up?
I mean, I had a lot of role models, like local Long Beach guys that were role models probably for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like I know who knocked out who and stuff like that. And as far as boxing, like real boxing, Mike Tyson definitely. You know When I was a little kid, all my family's from Ireland. My mother came here when she was pregnant with me. So she wanted
wow.
Me, yeah. I'm an anchor baby.
Yeah.
They wanted me to be born here.
Nice.
So at the time, back then in the 80s, all my uncles had about 10 uncles that were all out here too. And I remember I'd be a little kid in my pajamas and they'd come upstairs and wake me up and bring me downstairs in the middle of the night to watch Mike Tyson fight. You know what I mean? So and they put that in my head at a very young age.
Yeah.
You know, so I was always, as a little kid, I'd be doing a little Mike Tyson TikTok that he did, and I was always trying to copy Mike Tyson.
Wow.
So I don't really fight that much like him now because we're built differently, you know what I'm saying? Like, he fought heavyweights who was 6'6".
Right, so he was smaller.
Yeah, I'm probably taller than Tyson was, and I fight, 50 pounds less than he did. So what he did doesn't really work for me all the time unless I'm fighting a really tall guy.
Gotcha.
You know,
you can move in.
Yeah, but I actually love fighting tall guys because I can do them on Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you fight a little short guy, it doesn't work that well.
Right.
Because Tyson was always way shorter than everybody he fought.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So like he really just, his style was really based on the idea that everybody was bigger than him.
Yeah, because Tyson was probably, I met Tyson, but I didn't see him standing up. I just sat down next to him for a while and talked to him. But supposedly people say he's like 5'10". Yeah, but you fighting guys 6'6", he's had some of these heavyweight guys. So Tyson would use that height, and he would get even lower.
Because he fought Lennox Lewis. Lewis is like 6'8",
like 6'8", right? 6'7".
So he coming super low. So these guys are reaching down to hit him, and he's coming up. You know what I mean? So with me, it doesn't work all the time if I'm the same size as a guy.
Gotcha.
Or smaller than me. But when I get the opportunity, I'll throw some Mike Tyson stuff.
Yeah.
So what exactly is your fighting style?
My fighting style has changed over the years. I'm not really sure.
So you just adjust to how your body feels or to your opponent each match?
Yeah, I used to just be like a seek and destroy kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I wanted to be Mike Tyson. And I just kind of take a couple little tricks off of different people that I like. You know what I mean? Like Bernard Hopkins used to be so relaxed, and I'm just like, this guy never gets tired of fight. So I try to do a little stuff like he does, and you just take little bits and pieces from what you like to see. So right now, I really wouldn't know what my style is. I'm definitely an aggressive fighter. Yeah. And I still always come forward. And it's probably just, being Irish and stupid too. But even if sometimes I'm ahead in a fight and I'm still charging the guy, like, yo, you don't gotta do that. You know what I mean? You're way ahead. There's no need to mix it up like that. But to me, I feel like if I'm pressing a guy the whole time,
Right.
and he's under pressure, then all of a sudden I stop putting that pressure on him, he might think to himself, oh man, this guy's tired. And you could give a guy a second life. Because it's happened to me where I've been tired and I hit a guy with a shot and he gets hurt, and all of a sudden I get a burst of adrenaline, like I got him, and you're not tired anymore, and it just goes away. You know what I mean? So I don't ever want to give that guy that. I just like to drown people. You know what I mean? I take him and drown him in deep water.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to let him stick his head out of the water.
Right.
Keep your foot on his neck.
Yeah. So once I just keep pressing him back. So I don't never like to take a break. Even if I'm dead tired, I still press him back. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that's kind of my thing. My style is kind of try to drown people. You know?
Well, as you see, it's working. You know,
Yeah.
he's 29-0. You know
So
what I'm
far,
saying?
so
Undefeated.
good.
So far, so good.
Get out of there. Knockdown. For one.
How do you feel about boxing as a sport? I know there's a lot of politics involved,
Yeah.
and I know you're like real vocal when it comes to those things.
Yeah, well, I've been the victim of, some politics over the years. I mean, I still haven't got a world title fight. You know, there's guys who are,
Which is ridiculous.
Yes, Adonis.
Ridiculous.
this
He's
guys
ducking
who
him. He's
are,
ducking him.
especially nowadays, guys, you see guys 18-0 getting a title fight. I was 18-0 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I've been ranked in the top 5 for 3 years. And whatever it is, it is. I don't know. I mean, I got a good manager. I was with the best promoters in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
what it really boils down to now is I've got to get my foot in the door with like a title eliminator or something like that, because
Right.
all these deals that fell through with me,
Uh-huh.
they're what they call a voluntary defense, which means that you make a deal with the fighter, but it's not a mandatory fight. You're not the #1 contender, so he's agreeing to fight you, but doesn't have to. And then 3 times, they just like 2 or 3 weeks before the fight, they said, "Nah, I changed my mind. I don't want to do it."
This happened recently.
It happened
if
with
I'm not
Stevenson. It
mistaken.
happened with Andre Ward a couple of years ago.
Right.
And I never had a contract with the guy Bramer, this German guy.
Yeah.
But he made a verbal agreement with us that was going to happen, and then backed out too.
But Adonis Stevenson, he backed out like with 2 weeks.
Yeah. I was supposed to fight him the
29th yesterday.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight him yesterday.
You're supposed to be here 30-0.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
So,
new champion.
and I said, listen, right away I was suspicious about it because my manager came by my house and he said, yo, he goes, what do you think about fighting Adonis Stevenson? I said, what do you mean what I think about fighting Adonis Stevenson? I said, of course. I said, where, Canada? He goes, no, it was Nassau Coliseum.
Oh,
I don't
even
know
bigger.
if I'm allowed to curse, but I said, get the, you know what that is. He goes, no, he's going to come down here. I said, listen, I said, that's cool. I said, that'd be beautiful. I said, but if it's going to be a deal breaker, I said, I'll go to Canada. You know what I mean? I said, I got no problem going to Canada, because I always doubted that he was going to come here.
Right.
You're going to come fight me 20 minutes from here in Hempstead? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I doubt it.
Didn't see that
You know what I
happen.
mean? So I was suspicious of it the whole time. And this one really looked like it was going to happen, because like the most official thing that everyone checks on is called BoxRec. You know what I mean? And they announced it on BoxRec. They had the schedule up and everything. The executives from Nassau Coliseum invited me to the ribbon cutting ceremony, and they were taking pictures of me and everything.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, this is going to happen. You know what I mean? We would have, a bunch of Southeast to lefty.
Yeah.
And there's not that many of them around. So we had a bunch of lefties come out, and a guy from Texas, guys more coming.
Oh, to spar with.
Yeah. So I sparred lefties for 5 weeks, and then they pushed it back. They said they were going to push it back. We started getting a little suspicious because they never had a press conference or anything yet. And when they pushed it back, it was going to be like 6 weeks away, and I was ready to fight in like 2 weeks. So my coach said, "You can overtrain in boxing." You know what I mean? You gotta time it just right, where you hit your peak at the right time.
Yeah.
So I was flying. I was training hard, man. And my coach said, "Take the weekend off," because he goes, "The way you're training right now, because you'll be ready to fight next week, and you got 5 more weeks." So I'm relaxing, having a nice day, and sitting on my couch, and my sister texted me a screenshot. She goes, "Yo, what is this?" and there's a screenshot from Stevenson's Instagram saying he was fighting someone else.
No
I
way.
was like, oh man.
How aggravating is
Oh
that?
man. You know what? I
Definitely frustrating.
was disappointed, but I wasn't like totally shocked because
Because you've
You had
seen
a
this
feeling,
before.
yeah, 'cause I was
Yeah.
kind of suspicious of it the whole time. You know what I mean?
So do you think it's politics, or these guys probably really scared of you? I think
I
that.
think.
I think that.
I respectfully say
I
that.
think that. He's scared. Adonis Stevenson. He's scared.
Stop
See,
running.
what I'm hearing now is Jean Pascal, another Canadian guy. They had like a beef in the amateurs. They fought each other a bunch of times. Jean Pascal was the champion for a while. I think he lost his belt to Kovalev. And Jean Pascal, now they're putting him on the undercard. So they're going to give Jean Pascal an easy fight. They're going to give Stevenson an easy fight. Then they both win and they're going to fight each other in like an all-Canadian thing up in Canada. So they don't want me to upset the apple cart. You know what I'm saying? So,
Do you think boxing would work better in a structure like, say, the UFC does, where they have like a president that just like demands the fights and they don't let the fighter get bigger than the business?
well, you know, there's good things and bad things about the UFC. I mean, as far as UFC, if you're 10-0, you got to go fight a killer.
Right.
You have to. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like the thing with boxing is there's like the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, the IBF. All these guys are world titles. You know what I mean? So there's like 4 world titles, 4 or 5 now. I think there's another one. So there could be 5 world champions in the same weight class,
Which is
and
entirely
they
too
never
much.
fight each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So UFC's got it all figured out. They you know, there's one champion. The guys have to fight someone tough right away. The only problem with UFC is those guys don't make a lot of money.
Right.
You know, Dana White's like a dictator.
Mm.
Yeah.
He takes all that money. And especially now, I just heard something recently where a lot of these UFC guys are making most of their money on sponsorships.
Really?
You know what I mean? They get like vitamin companies and all that stuff that they wear it on their shorts. And Dana White got a deal from, I think, Reebok or something like that. They gave him, like, yo, we'll give you whatever it was, $100 million. We'll be the official sponsor of UFC. So he took it, and he told the guys, yo, you can't have sponsors anymore because Reebok's sponsoring everything now.
Wow.
So that's all this money out of their pockets, you know what I mean? So
What a crook.
Speaking of UFC, do you think the Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor fight is going to happen?
I don't know, man. I'll watch it if it does. You know what I mean?
Who do you think will win on
Oh, and a boxing match Floyd will
Definitely
up.
Floyd, right?
Yeah, listen,
Definitely. Yeah, if all y'all McGregor fans out there, y'all know he don't stand a chance. He can't dance with Floyd.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it's 2 different sports, man. Listen, you put Floyd in an octagon with him, McGregor kick his head right off his shoulders in 2
Right.
minutes. You know what I mean? You put anybody in a ring with Floyd, he's going to box their ears off. But McGregor especially, he's not a pro boxer. You know, he's got good hands for the UFC, but he's been, you know, the boxing world is a small world, and he's been going around the boxing gyms and getting eaten for lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They don't announce that.
Yeah.
Dana White, you're not telling us that.
Nah,
Yeah.
you know. So listen, the guys got, you know, the southpaw got a good straight left hand. You know, guys, I guess in the UFC don't know how to deal with a southpaw with a good straight left hand, and he just catches people clean with it with them little gloves on and puts them out. But
Yeah.
he's a hell of an athlete. He's a hell of a competitor, and he's a hell of a businessman because why not?
That's just
right,
building
man.
his brand, even if the fight doesn't
Going to
happen.
get outboxed by Floyd, you know,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
$100 million. Who cares? You don't
Yeah.
care.
Even if it doesn't happen,
Exactly.
he built his
Yeah,
brand.
yeah. So I mean, that's the way. You know, nowadays that's the way a lot of things are. Like even with rappers and stuff like that. I got
Yeah.
beef with that. Like someone who's nobody
Yeah,
will have
you
beef
see
with
it all
someone
the
who's
time.
somebody. You know, and then if they respond to them, everyone's like, oh, who's that? Who's talking about? They
Yeah.
don't know who he is then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's-
You just turn nobody to somebody.
Yeah. So
I've considered it.
Going on.
Considered a shot or two. I don't know if it'll work in the long run.
I remember back in the day we were shopping on Jamaica Avenue, and some guy gave us a mixtape, and it was 50 Cent, and he was just killing everybody. And I got mad because I was a big Wu-Tang fan. He was making fun of Ghostface with the silly rings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy? This guy got some nerve. He's talking about everybody. And then boom, that blew him up though.
50 Cent had a theory
50
that
Cent.
if I can't be your friend, then at least let me be your enemy.
Yeah.
Shout out
So
50 Cent, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you
yeah,
see
yeah.
this.
Hey, we could use some effing bottles.
Yeah, 50.
Don't be shy. So what's next for you?
Right now, even though I was disappointed with the Stevenson fight falling through, we still got a couple of good things we're working on. Nassau Coliseum still wants us in there. I'm the biggest ticket seller in New York, so you know we kind of had an agreement with them, and they've got July 15th, I think, locked down for me. And we're just trying to find a good opponent for that.
Nice.
They've been negotiating with Joe Smith, but
You don't see that happening?
he just wants a ton of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's asking. I don't know if this is where you're getting out of the fight or what, but he's just asking for undoable kind of money, which I get it. I want to get paid too. You know what I'm saying?
Would that fight help your title?
Yeah, well, I mean, he just knocked out Bernard Hopkins.
Right.
You know what I mean, I think Joe's actually ranked higher than me in the WBC. Like I said, there's 4.
Right.
I think Joe's number 2 in the WBC, and I think I actually went back because of inactivity, because I had a contract issue. I was waiting out my contract.
Okay.
I was ranked number 3. I think now the highest I'm ranked is like number 5 or something like that. But it doesn't even matter. I've been in the top 5. If they give me a title shot now, nobody would say, oh,
Yeah.
People would say finally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the number doesn't really matter.
Long overdue,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah. So that's not a problem.
Give him a shot.
Give him a shot. He deserves it.
Yeah.
29-0.
Yeah.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Do you think boxing is more mental or more physical, or just a big combination of both?
It's definitely a combination. I mean, if you're out of shape, you're gonna have a hard time. But I'm learning now that after all my years of experience, like I'm 35 now.
Yeah.
If you put
A
me
young
down,
35.
Yeah.
A young 35.
Yeah, that's right.
None of you 20-year-olds think you can get into here with them.
Can't dance
Well,
with
that's
it.
my point. If you took me at 20 when I was a beast,
Right.
and put me in there with me now, 35, I would just destroy my 20-year-old self.
Yeah.
Easy work. It'd be like beating up a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
too easy. You know what I mean?
what you've learned over the course of time.
So I just got so much knowledge in there after all these years of doing that stuff that like even now, like for me, when I'm sparring, it's really not even worth it for me sparring unless they're on a very high level.
Okay.
If they'll bring in some guy, it doesn't matter who he is.
Right.
If he's like an amateur, he could be 250 pounds. If he comes in, they're gonna be they get in the ring, they're so scared that they barely even throw a punch.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it for me to work with them. You know what I'm saying? I go like this to them, they want to jump out of the ring. You know what I mean? And then even if they do on the opposite end, if you get some young kid and he's like, yo, I'm gonna show this guy something, you know what I mean?
Right.
They come out blazing. It's like me, my first time sparring. They just go all out, swinging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just blocking and moving and doing my thing, and then the round's over. Next round they're exhausted, and I start taking over. You know what I mean? So I got a deep level of relaxation now inside the ring.
Yeah.
Where somebody being young, if they don't have the mental, relaxation and confidence that I have, they're just gonna be in trouble. Man.
Is it still fun for you?
It's fun. I mean, it's fun. I've been disappointed a couple times. I'm waiting to finally get the big one to get my juices flowing and get excited again. But I've been let down so many times. I'm kind of skeptical about everything now. Like, July 15th at Nassau Coliseum. That's gonna be amazing. But yeah, we'll see. You know what I mean? Like, if it happens, cool. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not gonna be like doing backflips yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Would it be cool? Hell yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Let me make sure it happens first before I get excited. I don't want. It's like a defense mechanism. I don't let myself get too gassed up. You know what I mean?
So this is just practice.
That's it.
Yeah. So I mean, like, listen, I sparred twice this week. I'm not even in training camp. I sparred twice this week. I ran every day this week. I'm lifting my weights and doing stuff like that. But when the time comes,
You'll be ready.
yeah, I'm always ready.
Always.
I mean, I'm always ready.
That's
because
good.
What is?
some of the best advice I got was from, two people told me this. There's a good trainer in Brooklyn named Jihad. And he told me, says, Sean, listen, I'm telling you right now. He goes, you're the B-side if you're fighting the champion. You're the champion, you're the B-side. He goes, they're going to try to catch you sleeping. They're going to say, listen, make him an offer. Usually guys do 8 weeks for training camp. Make him an offer 3 or 4 weeks before the fight. If he says no, they're going to be, we tried to give him a fight, he didn't want to take it. You know what I mean?
So you stay ready, so you never got to get ready.
So if I don't take a fight at this point, after all the talking I've been doing and saying no one wants to give me a fight, if I turn down a fight, that's not going to look good for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, if I do take the fight, obviously I got to be ready.
Yeah.
So I'm just living in the gym. You know what I mean?
Always ready.
Always born ready.
That's
Always
right.
Long Beach
ready.
and whatnot,
That's right.
California. That's how we do.
What does your wife think about you boxing? Does it bother her?
Yeah, she hates it. She doesn't come. You know, she came a couple times, but you know, she said her stomach turns and she has to leave.
Yeah, it gets rough.
You know, I can only imagine. I mean, when guys from my gym fight and I go to the fights, just a horrible feeling. It's like butterflies and you're nervous for them and it's just, you know. So I can only imagine if it was like somebody you love.
Right.
Like I never want my kid to box.
Right.
Never.
Right.
You know what I mean? My son does Taekwondo right now and there's like no contact really in it.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 5.
Okay.
But he does, like they do to get belts, they do what they call a poomse.
Okay.
Which is like you do like this form and stuff.
Yeah.
And when he has his test, I'm sitting there watching, I'm so nervous he's gonna mess it up. I'm so nervous. I'm like, yo.
The irony, right?
Like, I hope he's not feeling my nervous energy. Maybe it's
Yeah.
better if I leave or something, because I'm like a mess watching this kid. Like, oh man. So I can only imagine watching him box, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
So, any message that you have out there for any up and coming, aspiring people, boxers or athletes, anybody, if you have a message, or any advice that you want to give them?
Well, I think my message is the same for anybody, no matter what they're doing. It's not even, you know, totally about sports. It's about life in general. Is once you find something that you really, really want, put in as much work as you possibly can and never stop. That's the only way. You know, you see some guys, once in a while you see a guy with an amazing amount of talent who do it easily, but they don't even get there because they don't really push it.
Right.
You know, hard work beats talent, as they say.
Oh, hard work beats talent.
Talent is
Look what Michael Jordan did to himself. He transformed himself from a kid who couldn't make a JV basketball team into fucking Michael Jordan.
Into Michael Jordan.
The GOAT.
That is crazy.
Not LeBron, the GOAT.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah. So, real quick before we wrap up, tell us a little bit about your friend, well, he's more like a brother to you, Bobby Calabrese. Shout out to the Calabreses. You tell us what Bobby meant to you.
Yeah, well, you know, without Bobby I wouldn't be where I am. He's the first one who took me to a boxing gym.
Yeah.
He's the first one who gave me the idea to even transition from, you know, the fighting I was doing on the street to fighting in a real boxing gym. He used to actually drive me there before I had a car and everything. He used to drive me back and forth to Freeport every day.
Yeah.
And he believed in me. And him and his brothers, they bought me my first pair of boxing gloves and all that. You know, they were like really. He's. It's hard for me to talk about sometimes, you know, but I got his name tattooed on my heart over here. And every fight, before the fight, I say a little something to him, do a little pound on the chest. And yeah, I've been rocking with him my whole career, man. He's in my corner every fight.
So he celebrates those wins with you.
Yeah.
He's his wins as well. He's undefeated.
It was actually his birthday yesterday. He
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
He turned how old?
37, man.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he was 24 when he passed away. So that's how long I've been doing this.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
you did it for him. It's crazy because you could have went the other way and gave up on it.
Yeah.
You decided to stick it through for him.
Yeah,
He's probably very proud of you right now. He's down there throwing punches with you as well.
Yeah.
Man. I'm down. It's been a long, bumpy road, you know what I mean? But I just won't stop until I get what I gotta get.
That's right.
Which is that belt.
Belt,
right.
man.
Give it up.
That's right.
That's
We
right. Stop
taking
ducking
it.
them boxers. Adonis Stevenson. Not gonna forget. We just want to thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
absolutely,
down.
Shawnee.
All right, I appreciate
It's an
that.
honor,
Thank you.
champ.
All right, man.
Everybody, Mr. Irish, Seanie Monaghan.
Yes.
That's a wrap. Sports bar. Oh, don't forget, we want to shout out again. Mega jerseys, man. Make sure Mega jerseys, Mega Mundo jerseys, very cheap jerseys, authentic jerseys for a low price. Long Beach, NY, not California. Sports bar.
Sports bar. We're out. That was fun.
Started from a ball into a half a brick. Turned something from nothing, that feeling magic shit. They think they mad now, I'm about to have them sick. That's when me and my brother pull up and match 'em.